Good morning, students. Let us continue with the yesterday's explanation. 1.2 Regions of Earth. See the globe and map of the Earth. In the major part of Earth, you will see blue color and see the upper portion, North Pole, and lower portion, South Pole of the globe. They appear to be white in color. White color shows that it is a part of the Earth which is always covered with ice. Do you know that ice is frozen water? On the earth, water is found in liquid form in seas, lakes, and rivers, and at the poles, it is found in solid form. This area, which is made up of liquid and solid water, is called the hydrosphere of the earth. So, students, if you see towards the globe, somewhere it is blue color and somewhere it is green and yellow color. Blue color shows the presence of water and rest color shows the presence of land. White color shows the presence of snow. Those areas are always covered with snow throughout the year. They appear to be white in color in the globe. Actually, our poles are always frozen, means our poles are very cold. That's why it is seen in white in color. So the liquid and the solid water together called hydrosphere of the earth. Beside the blue and white region, the rest of the earth's surface is shown in yellow, brown and green colors. This is the region that we call land. On this land surface there are mountains at some places and in some places valleys and flatlands. This area of earth is called lithosphere. So students, I told you then in the globe you can see blue among with the blue color you can see yellow, brown and green colors, that is called land, and land we are calling lithosphere. Now can you tell what is the more on earth, water or land? Students, already you know that our earth consists of 70% of water. That is why our earth is having more water on this. You must have heard that around earth there is air. We cannot see air but we can feel it when it flows. The air surrounding the earth is called atmosphere. So around us always there is a air. Our surrounding is filled with air. So this air is called our atmosphere. The thickness of atmosphere as compared to the size of earth is quite less. Now, what is air made up of? 99% of air is found within 40 km of height. The air contains 78% nitrogen, 21% of oxygen and the rest 1% is of carbon dioxide, water vapor and other gases and dust particles. Students, our air constitutes of various dust particles and various other gases. All these dust particles, gases are the mixture of air. They are mixed in air. This we can understand through an activity. Activity number 1. For this, materials required are glass and ice cubes. Students, for this activity you need one glass or few ice cubes. What you have to do is you have to put all the ice cubes in a glass, and then after some time suddenly you will see that some water droplets came on the surface of glass. From where these water droplets came? Let us see in this activity. Put ice cubes in a glass tumbler. Observe the outer surface of the glass after some times. Where did the water droplets came from? Water droplets is present in air. When the air comes in contact with the cold surface of the glass, the air condenses. What is the meaning of condenses? Condensation. Condensation is the cooling of water droplets back into the water, with the result that the water vapor converts into the small drops of water and are seen on the outer surface of glass. So students, I told you that because of condensation water droplets gets cooled down and it come on the surface of glass. From this activity we can know that air contains water vapors also. Next, second activity is activity number 2. For this, our materials required are a plastic or glass bottle, bottle cork with 2 holes, thin glass tube or a straw and lime water. Before reading this activity, let me explain to you through this diagram. See this figure A. This is glass tumbler. It is filled with lime water. It has two tubes inserted in this. See, this is tube A and this is tube B. In the tube A, all these tubes are fitted with a cork and tightly sealed with the wax so that air cannot pass through. After that, what you have to do is you have to see this tube B. See this figure A. From this, you have to suck the air out. By sucking the air out, air enters into the bottle from tube A, because when we'll see the air bubbles in the lime water, we can understand that carbon dioxide get mixed with the lime water and suddenly it starts to turn milky. So I'm reading this, see carefully. Fill 1/4 of the bottle with lime water and put the cork with 2 holes on it. According to the figure 1.3a, put the glass tubes A and B into the 2 holes. See, these tubes A and B into the 2 holes. Then the inner end of the glass tube A should be dipped in the lime water and the inner end of the tube B should be above the water surface. See, this is totally dipped in lime water and this is above the surface of the lime water. From the outer end of the tube B, suck the air out. By doing this, the air enters into the bottle from tube A because we see bubbles of air in the lime water. After some time, the lime water turns milky because of carbon dioxide. This experiment thus shows that air contains carbon dioxide. In the first activity, we have learned that air contains water vapor. Now, in this activity, we understood that air contains carbon dioxide also. Let us see in the activity number 4 what it is saying. For this activity, you need a sunny room. Sunny room means where sunlight is coming nicely. After that, you have to pull down all the doors and windows and curtains nicely and you have to make the room dark. Find a sunny room in your home or school. Close all the doors and windows with curtains. Pull down to make the room dark. Now open the door or a window facing the sun just a little, in such a way that it allows sunlight to enter the room only through a slit. Look carefully at the incoming beam of sunlight. Do you see some tiny shiny particles moving in the beam of sunlight? What are these particles? They are the dust particles present in air, which varies from time to time and place to place. So in this activity, I told you have to make the room dark. Then after you have to open the door in such a way that only a beam of light can enter into the room. Along with that beam of light, you will see that shiny particles are also entering. That shiny particles are actually dust. So from the activity number 1, 2 and 3 concluded that air contains some gases, mainly nitrogen, oxygen and small amount of carbon dioxide, other gases, water vapors and dust particles. However, there may be some variations in the composition of air from place to place. Students, these variations means difference, means this percentage can vary from place to place. Atmosphere acts as a protective blanket for the earth. It saves the living beings on earth from harmful rays and extreme temperature of the sun. Our atmosphere is a protective blanket for us and it is saving from various harmful UV rays and other various rays and also from the extreme temperature of the sun. So students, here I am ending my today's explanation. Next class will continue more about this chapter. Thank you.